Greetings and welcome to my dear Taurus. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. Terror of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you to your reading. Please take only what you will. Note that my readings come from the light to shine into the darkness that which we seek. Yeah, today I shall be doing a reading for the energy of Taurus in the month of March 2021. It's a 9-card spread known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised in order to see the energies between you, a significant other, person, place, or thing, or project, and the mirror between you. Okay, the mirror is designed in order to show different modes of karma that may exist between you and a significant other. This shall not resonate for everyone, so I do appreciate your patience. You may tune out whenever you like. Also, please share a like or a dislike if you find the material fitting or not fitting. The second house is open. I do welcome you, and the fixed nature of Taurus inhabits and cohabits the axis of possession and release and materialization versus spirituality, with the opposite of your 7th house in Scorpio. So in a way, the 8th house is also open on a low. However, please take only what you will. I do appreciate your discretion. Thank you. I am working from a deck known as the Grand Italia deck, Alieta, from BP Grimald, Paris, France. It's about 131 years old. Thank you very much for your continued support of the channel. I am also available for private readings if you find resonance within this, or if you find resonance within my work. Thank you very much. This is your energy here. We have the Fool. We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. We have Garçon Brune, the Page of Pentacles here. This is their energy. Person, place, or thing. Your significant other. Okay. We have the Knight of Rods in the reverse. We have Force Majeure, the Devil, in the reverse. Secret Knowledge here. We also have the Five of Swords card here, the card of Aquarius. The Tower within the mirror. We have the Tower. We also have the Ten of Rods in the reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Wow. Talk about possession and release here. The great lesson here. A lot of experience within this connection. And we have the card of Mariage, which is the Lover's card. Also Taurus, strong Taurus energy here, strong Hierophant energy here. The ability to constitute oneself versus what needs to be said in terms of compromise and cohabitation, commitment, deep commitment, one that has to do with vows, perhaps. What I'm seeing here is a mode of action that has to do with the conditionality of things, the terms of things, what needs to be sort of discussed in terms of the connection. These are being sort of rehashed, but not in the very finest of ways. There's a great sort of mystery behind this connection that has to do with things unsaid or things that are felt, but there are intensified many of these things. And it's difficult to find a sense of clarity when it comes to this. But intuitively, I think there is a light on the end of the tunnel that can shine a great deal of and provide a great deal of clarity for both of you. This has to do with a lot of energy that is based on chaos, non-footing, and a difficulty in finding a sense of order within the chaos is strongly elicited here. Okay, but perhaps both of you want to escape from a very strong commitment, or perhaps there is the need to find escape through each other. Um, there also is a pensive quality to the way in which both of you are ambitious within the connection, but it's difficult to find a sense of grounding or a sense of proper order within it. The need to be flexible is strong here. There also is a spiritual undertone with the way things pan out in terms of what you guys invest in. But then your investments may be all over the place. There's a difficulty into finding the intuitive knowing, which is coming for you, of how to find this way of escape, this way of finding clarity, um, but at the cost of something. There's a strong avoidant undertone as well. Very complicated mode of action, but it's based around the card of marriage, the card of the lovers. Okay, a type of union that is celebrated through the conditions of claim when it comes to expectations between you and your significant other. Okay, there's an element here of fire and passion that this person is trying to avoid in some sort of way. There is an idealization on their end that no longer fuels the connection. Usually they are ruled by their ideals in the realm of the quixotic, Don Quixote. Romance, in a way, has fallen out for them. But at the same time, you bring the energy of Mars into the equation with Folie, the Fool. There also is a new path. Others may be telling you or trying to help you withdraw in a way, or perhaps are laughing behind your back. And these people may mean you well, but there's something about your fixity towards active modes of trying to relive a cycle or revamp a cycle in some sort of way that is both a cause of transformation but also a cause of misery for both you and the other. Okay? The path is not easy, and I think both of you are conscious about this. Therefore, there is a feeling of disunion within the connection, but still a conditioned mode of trying to live up to things that have been said in the past. There's a strong need to still reach out in a certain way, but then um, a sort of passionless passion here that remains a mystery to me. But I do see it as a form of transformation. Mars, the energy of Mars goes through a plutonic shift that has to do with deep undertones of personal transformation as well as transformation of the ego. This needs to be released, especially it's a mirror on both ends. There is a great deal of catastrophe within the commitments and the expectations, and these expectations are being shattered through newness, mostly through the action that is awakening in you. And there's possibly, if you're resonating with this, some sort of resurgence or a need to assert your own active drives and understand these drives and how they motivate you in a way to foolishly or perhaps foolhardily go through um, the transformation needed in order to understand this connection on a more clear level. The 1 and the 8 are strong here, the 1 and the 9. Okay, this has to do with, and the 1 and the 3, as well as the 7 and the 8. Okay, there is a movement here to the other, and through the other, there is an element of transformation. This person is not ready for it, but there you have it. There's something about them that is requiring their attentions outside of the connection. Okay, and I can't tell you what it is. Possibly can. This has to do with their karma, south node, as well as conjunction between Mercury and Moon. An understanding of something that they have had to go through in terms of especially what they have not been working hard on. Okay, there's something about them that is being drawn towards their south node, and a path from the past that they have to revisit in order to live out something properly. Okay, and that is the mystery of the Quixotic. There's something about the element of realism that pulls them into modes of understanding themselves through the past as well. Okay. On a deeper level, this connection resembles something about the inner child in terms of the triplicity of Earth, Taurian in nature, yes. The idealization of things that need to burgeon. Okay, also Virgo energy strong here. Um, this has to do with the offerings or the commitments of things said through the page energy. Okay, trying to understand this connection in terms of what you can contribute to this. If it is potentially an expectation that you're trying to live up for them, there's difficulty in this because there's something that you are learning through the shortcomings of your own efforts when it comes to the deeper commitments that are required here that need to be refined in a certain way. Perhaps you can't live up to the expectations that may be high in nature, that may be especially lofty in terms of the energy of avoidance, okay? Perhaps they feel like they're better than you in some sort of way. I'm not saying that they are, but there's this sort of feeling that they have to move on or like they have to detach in some sort of way, okay? But the energy I'm seeing here also is an element of corrosiveness, okay? Rust that occurs with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, okay? This means that there still is unfinished business between you and the significant other. These are expectations that are quite great, that are revolving around the need and the necessity or the necessitation of familial responsibility, okay? Meaning that there is a need to essentially come up with fulfillment in terms of especially the long path of the cup cycle, okay? And this is an undertone that exists between both of you, but it is not it's not an easy thing to fulfill, especially if this is a project or some sort of career path that you are dealing with. You're trying to invest into something that is elusive or perhaps Uranian in nature. It is highly intelligent, it is highly Saturnian, excuse me, but the Uranian quality about it makes it explosive, like an atom bomb or a hydrogen bomb that goes off and takes the breath away. Difficulty in truly celebrating this, considering also throughout the passage of time, things that are expected also lay on the wayside, and there is a sort of feeling that even that which is considered valuable, it disintegrates over time, and this connection feels antique in that way. But I don't think you lose in terms of what you learn, especially in terms of what you have reasonably sort of invested in. There's something about you that is innocent within this connection, which I adore. Okay. At the same time, the strong Virgo and activation within you that is based on the sixth house here. 6, 6, 7. Okay, the sevens mirroring each other. There's something about you that is being torn through the other. Um, that is helping you to understand elements of self-help as well as healthy sort of living, healthy doing, healthy method. Okay, this method is being questioned, and there's a strong sort of communication that you want to have with another about these ideas that you are sharing. These ideas that have to do with practicalities, realities, trying to understand what that means for both of you. But through the energy of the Fool, as well as the Tower and the Devil in reverse, there is a difficulty in making and traversing in order to understand this. There's a strong, free, independent, Jupiterian, quixotic element about your person, also Aquarian in nature. They will not be tamed. There's a free spirit that you're dealing with here. But because of such, they are able to give you a sense of their wisdom, a sense of their mercurial knowledge that you possibly are seeking in terms of information that gives you and informs you on what to do with your own realities, on how to take the next step. But you're trying to use their energy um, in a positive way to take that next step, okay? Through the energy of the other comes the absolution and the resolution of the self. But yeah, the expectations may be great, and perhaps your own expectations on realities um, are great. But if you embrace the energy of Mars as well as the energy of Pluto, excuse me, that activates your seventh house, okay? And this is the key crux here. This will this will help you to understand this connection in a way that will be very fulfilling in terms of that hidden and elusive new journey that you are trying to take, not in through the action of that, but in through the footing, in through the method, into the methodology of that reality, okay? There also is a possibility that they are feeling trapped by this connection or by a connection outside of this connection. Okay. In this respect, perhaps they have lost power over both you and another other, and, they're trying to herd both you and the other into some sort of mirror that you do not want to be a part of. But they are trying to orchestrate that in order to understand how they can regain their power in some sort of way. Okay, it's kind of mischievous. Um, so there's a cardinal earth energy, a mutable earth energy to you, cardinal to them, and it's very difficult to resolve that in a certain way. In this respect, there is an obstacle, and there is a circle which is halved and underscored. Okay, and this has to do with the sphere of influence that is based on experience, that is based on experiences that have been hidden in some sort of way, that are halves of the same whole, okay, in terms of the shared energy between you and the other. These halves are mirroring each other, and it's important to know that the expectations that have been set upon you and the choices that have been set upon them have led to a rift that has to do with a type of burden that is in the past, a burden of commitment, a burden of expectation, a burden of a familial response, or something even greater that is tied to realities that had to be understood in some sort of way. My dear Taurus, there also is a conditionality under all of this, okay? The energy of Cancer and Scorpio are strong here, having to do with the moon's energy, Mars, as well as Plutonic energy, okay? Trying to understand deep transformational shifts that have to do with actions that occur between you and a significant other, okay? What is trying to be resolved here is letting loose the burden, letting loose the expectation, okay? And once this occurs, there is a possibility to begin again. Um, that is what I'm seeing. As far as advice goes, there's something about you as well as about them that has to do with the mystery of the connection that is based on the High Priestess energy. Okay? Something needs to be said. Something needs to be said. That is all I have. Hopefully that resonated, hopefully it didn't. Either way, I do appreciate your likes or dislikes. I also am open for private readings if you would like. I do wish you very well, my dear Taurus. Please take care. And Narayani Namostate. Honor, we honor the feminine divine within this plane of existence. Thank you very much. Bye bye.